I don't get why people like it's very 50-50, but to the people that don't think I'm gonna win, it's like
I don't get why individuals like theirs it's exceptionally 50-50, yet to individuals that don't believe I will win it resembles I'm more youthful, quicker, more keen and it, can hit yet he's fit. And he trains, and he's young to adjust regardless of when you're 59 years of age to wise Max Tyson. Will victory his posterior in the event that he's still you realize Jake Paul has quite recently uncovered the swap rival for his impending battle in the event that Mike Tyson bombs the test, then again Alexander Usyk. As of late shared his viewpoint on the looming standoff, he said listen it simply shows Tyson is a super terrifying man of the world. Definitely Jake Paul is a youthful person who succeeded with regards to boxing who needs to help youthful folks. Yet it's a major show to see the show up give it to them. For me I believe it's okay Anthony Joshua. Likewise shared his considerations on the battle during his appearance on the Jonathan Ross. Reveal how old AJ examined Tyson might be prior to sharing his expectation. He said Tyson is more established now. I asked that he comes out sound Joshua further added that he accepted Paul would win because of his childhood thinking of it as the main benefit. He accepted that forces to be reckoned with bring many individuals into boxing, helping everybody required as the expanded viewership helps the game generally Joshua said. I think Jake Paul wins due to youth. That is the main thing I for one think powerhouse boxing is great. I figure the boxing, no nonsense they could do without it, since they think for what reason are they disregarding our game, yet I believe that individual brings this multitude of individuals into boxing which benefits every other person, everybody seeing aids in the domain of boxing Tyson Wrath has tossed his weight behind the eagerly awaited return of Tyson to the ring certifying that the looming conflict against Paul is set to be a genuine trial of expertise. Naming it as a similarly paired experience, he told the favorite spot, I believe it's phenomenal, for in closing you have a legend Mike Tyson, you have a YouTube fighter, he has come into the game and exploded it, and he has a huge number of devotees, and a large number of perspectives, and a large number of eyes great terrible, or unconcerned certain individuals, love him certain individuals disdain him. So I believe it's a great scene for boxing, carries a many individuals to the game in the meantime, Mike Tyson remarked on the occasion, saying he was a lot of anticipating venturing into the ring. Yet many have communicated worry for the 57-year-old, including previous cruiserweight champion Tony Chime. He told Spynet, I'm stressed over it, by and by yet. Listen, you don't have the foggiest idea what's been concurred between the two. Unfortunately, Mike Tyson is returning into a boxing ring against someone who is over 30 years more youthful than him. It's somewhat nuts Bellew added that he trusted the battle would be to some degree a carnival, and prearranged on the grounds that he would have zero desire to see Mike get injured in any capacity. Bellew said I'm trusting that the battle is somewhat of a bazaar, and a piece prearranged in light of the fact that I would have zero desire to see Mike get injured in any capacity whatsoever. In the midst of far-reaching examination, various unmistakable figures in the realm of battle sports have advocated Jake Paul, tipping him as the possible victor in the session against Tyson. Joining the positions is, in all honesty, UFC bantamweight champion Shah Ali, who has now added his name to the developing rundown of allies. Feel like Jake's too secured in it, been in it excessively lengthy. With like over the most recent 5 years who's been in it more, I imagine that is important. And what is he 30 years more youthful? I don't see this finishing great for Uncle Mike. Albeit the 29-year-old ceased from transparently censuring the session his comments, unpretentiously proposed arrangement with a common feeling among individual warriors. It's clear that Tyson flaunts essentially better ability inside the ring, looked at than the issue kid, regardless the 57-year-old's prime blurred sometime in the past as a conspicuous difference to his 27-year-old foe. For this reason, Ali suggested that things may not turn out well for Tyson in the battle. Tyson believed Jake has the speed element speed. I mean influence even as of now. Jake's not a little man. Jake's a super terrifying He's secured in I think the standard set will assume a part is it 2 minutes? Is it 4 rounds as you realize? What is it will be so I figure that will matter. I couldn't actually say. Whether that will matter I believe Jake will presumably rule in spite of the deluge of scrutinized coordinated at the session. Eddie Hearn perceives a solitary component that might influence favor towards the occasion. What might it at any point? Beeson's Tyson vs. Paul was affirmed for July 20th. Energetic supporters of the game have passionately condemned the session, marking it as a glaring crisscross. And a simple money-snatching try repeating these opinions, the English advertiser has comparative reservations, anyway furnished with an abundance of involvement. With occasion association, he stays hopeful about the display potential victory that more youthful age is worked off account, worked off contention. And as a bat-to-the-bone battle fan, somebody that has been around boxing since I was 9 years of age, I assumed I find it sickening, as he constantly reviles Netflix's striking introduction to the domain of sports as revolting. Hearn engages the thought that it could advance into a major occasion. Besides, he goes ahead and his contemplations on the current state of the boxing business. As per him, the more youthful age appeared to flourish with points of view, storylines, and emotionalism. As a devoted fan of the game, he battled to grapple with the way that his venerated figure was planning to go head-to-head against an adversary 30 years. His lesser that a 58-year elderly person, 59, who was my legend growing up, needs to try and get back in the ring, first and foremost. From an according to a monetary perspective, with how much cash that man was paid, or to some degree paid during his profession, to get in a ring with a 25-year-old young lady, you can't actually battle, yet for me I comprehended. And addressing the Netflix folks a few days ago, I don't think they like my analysis of the occasion. I'm never going to deceive you. I'm never going to gloss over it by the linchpin of matchroom boxing fathoms the extent of the Netflix try in the midst of the intense conversation encompassing the battle. It stays a subject of discussion. Thusly, he guesses that watchers' emergency rooms will be attracted, guaranteeing promising viewership figures. For the session about to give you my legitimate assessment, which is it will sell, individuals will watch it, will be a major occasion. And I could do without it. In the meantime, Jake Paul's colleague, Nakis Sabadarian, shares Hearn's take and aims that the battle will draw in the majority. He used his foundation to underscore the pivotal effect of Tyson versus Paul on battle sports, with north of 250 million endorsers. Netflix presents an uncommon conveyanced channel, possibly cementing the session as the zenith of boxing viewership. He composed Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, gives battle sports its biggest single dispersion stage in history. Banter the battle all you need, which is precisely the exact thing we need, yet similarly acknowledge that this is an extraordinary chance to carry boxing to the majority. It is not